What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Jethro Tull, and we're returning to the 1977 album Songs from the Wood. Thank you again to Vera, as well as thank you to Vera for providing me with this A Christmas Carol holiday mug, which people who know my channel, I realize Jethro Tull, it's a new deep dive, so a lot of people here may not have been following my channel for all that long, but I am not only very fond of the holidays, but in particular I enjoy Dickens' tales, so to get a Christmas mug that is specifically about A Christmas Carol is a wonderful gift, so I'm very thankful for that. And in that regard, I've been told that this track is holiday adjacent, and indeed, Ring Out Solstice Bells bears a remarkable similarity in form to Ring Out Wild Bells, a poem by Alfred Lord Tennyson, which is about casting off the war, greed, struggle, strife, and slander of previous months and indeed years, and welcoming in a new year with the hope for peace and kindness and mercy and all of the best qualities that humans can manifest. And in fact, I see every year, more or less, a stage performance of A Christmas Carol, and they include Scrooge reading Ring Out Wild Bells as part of their performance. So yes, this title, Ring Out Solstice Bells, the winter solstice, not quite the same as the new year, but certainly it seems like this is moving in a similar territory, and with an understanding that this is holiday adjacent, it feels like a perfect segue into the next 2 to 3 weeks, which again, maybe some of you here are just following Jethro Tull, maybe some of you have checked out some of my other deep dives, and I think there's at least a few people here who've been part of my channel for longer. But yes, on my channel the last 3 years while I've been making reaction videos, I have spent the final 2 or so weeks leading into Christmas and the next few days after it focusing exclusively on holiday reactions. So this is actually my final somewhat regular music reaction until we get into the new year, at which point I will resume regular service and all the deep dives that I've been going through will continue. So yes, again, I know holiday music isn't everyone's cup of tea, so if it's not yours, I apologize, but by the time we get into January, I will be back to all normal reactions. In any case, yes, Ring Out Solstice Bells, I can't hear or see this phrase outside of my understanding of the Tennyson poem and the hope for renewal and a flourishing of the best attitudes, traits, and actions of humanity, and a desire to put away or to leave behind all the worst things that humans do. So that's what I'm going into this thinking. Of course it might not be that at all, but I will do my best to figure it out. On a first hearing, this is Jethro Tull. The tune is Ring Out Solstice Bells, and it's from their 1977 album Songs from the Wood.
Never
mean, it fades there. I feel like in a live performance, maybe they're just getting warmed up there. It feels like that could really just flourish and extend. And once again, like, dynamic is really the word. Like, there's rarely a moment in one of their songs, and this is a perfect example, where it's just playing a simple, regular, consistent beat. They're constantly changing rhythms, changing tempos, transitioning to a new arrangement, a new configuration, all sorts of instruments. We got like organ chords, a dancing little piano line, definitely a flute in there. And again, the drums in particular, very creative and dynamic, like doing rolls and fills that are non-standard or certainly like not common. So lyrically, I actually didn't catch enough to get a full sense, but I feel like it is essentially doing what I thought of in advance and what the poem is talking about, the idea of, using the winter period and the solstice as a way to try to cast off the cold aspects of the previous year and move into a more positive and hopeful new year. So, yes, the specifics of it are beyond me on this first listen, and certainly, again, if people don't know, when I do these reactions, usually within a day, if not even the same day, I re-listen to tracks, with headphones more immersively. This is just kind of the format that I do because it's the way I've always listened to music. I buy a CD, I buy a record, I come home, I put it on, I sit down, I listen to it, and I let it wash over me, and with successive listens, I hear it more and more. But again, it feels like the essence or the sentiment that came through the sonics and the vocals and the claps and so on, and the bells, obviously, and including the sleigh bells at the end, was that this is a holiday to celebrate what humans do best and to move more toward that and farther away from our trappings in prejudices and conflict and slander and greed and so on. So either way, I look forward to hearing people comment. Thank you again to Vera for both the Jethro Tull material and this awesome mug. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.